Hi, Jack Cornell from Exit Realty here. I just listened to little John Denver and wanted to share some thoughts with you. My mission statement is in the same lines as a great man. He was kind of a predecessor to Tony Robbins called Zig Ziglar. And one of his famous quotes was, "You can get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want." And that's truly how I operate my real estate business. I want my clients to totally love everything that I do for them so that they refer their friends and family to me. It's just good business. Um, I've had clients from several years ago call just recently actually and say, "Can you help my niece? She's sold her home and she can find no place to move to." Distraught in tears. Um, I love getting those calls from past clients that love my services so much that they want to refer me. Um, some of the things I wanted to talk to you about today is the bubble burst, how it affected home prices, and a hint at one of the reasons that all happened and took place. Back in March of 2008, Bear Stearns faced collapse, and that caused the government bailout to the tune of $29.5 billion to prevent the national banks from folding and collapsing. So the reason for all of that, or one of the main reasons for all of that, other than just greed, was back during the Clinton administration. The government initiated um, some subprime loans. They really pushed it. They wanted Freddie and Fannie to provide a loan to everyone. Everyone be able to own their own home, a chicken in every pot. Well, that really backfired and blew up in their face and basically destroyed our economy for several years now. We're still struggling to recover. Um, but one of the things that was taking place with the lenders back then was zero down loans, interest only loans, adjustable rate mortgages, which you can still get actually. I don't recommend them, but there is a purpose for them. They do serve a purpose. And stated income loans. So, in other words, anyone and everyone, whether they had a job or not, could go and say, "Well, yeah, I make $150,000 a year," but yet they're a transient from the hobo camp under the railroad tracks and get a home loan. So what that happened was it created a huge demand, and there was not enough inventory out there to supply that demand. So we saw rising prices that just skyrocketed, and unfortunately, a lot of people thought that they could jump on the bandwagon, buy a home, do a quick flip, and realize a lot of capital gains in a short time period. Well, they kind of got caught with their pants down in the middle of that, and they ended up losing the homes that they'd purchased. Other people, because of the rising value in homes, went out and got an equity loan on their home to pay off their toys and their credit card debt and take European vacations, whatever they chose to do. But they spent the money unwisely, and then they found themselves underwater. Their home wasn't worth what they owed, so they were either forced to let the home be foreclosed on if they could no longer afford to make the payments, or in fact do a short sale. And there are still a few people that are in that situation where they're underwater, their home is not worth uh, what they owe. And I would strongly advise them to find a realtor that's capable and competent that could perform a short sale for them because, in fact, it could save their credit, save them a lot of money and heartache and time. Um, Another thing that I wanted to talk about, and this was a statistic that I just read about. It's 40% of home buyers not only say they don't understand the mortgage process, but they don't believe that it'll affect their buying decisions or the outcome. Um, Gosh, that's amazing. Yeah, a $250,000 loan at 4% over 30 years you're going to pay $429,672.93. I don't know about you, but I personally would want to know how much of that I could save if possible, and want to know, if I could pay my mortgage off early. In fact, my wife and I did that. We started being concerned. When we were first married, we lived in a rental for 6 years, not knowing that we could even get a loan. But when we finally did, decide to make the jump, um, we could have gotten a home much, much sooner. But interest rates back then were 12%. We didn't like paying 12% interest, and we started a plan trying to pay off our mortgage early. And we did, in fact, shave about 7 years off our mortgage. And then when interest rates dropped down again, where they were still not as low as they are now, but a lot more reasonable, we went and we did a refinance, and eliminated our mortgage as soon as we possibly could. But 40%, over 40%, and actually the exact figure is 47% don't understand the process. That's nearly half of the home buyers and homeowners. That's just an amazing figure. Half, nearly half, don't understand the mortgage process. So even if you don't fall into that category, the odds are the person standing next to you does. And what they need is my free buyer's guide today. Um, it will give you 19 pages of information, questions to ask your mortgage broker when you interview them about getting a loan, like what kind of loan would you recommend for me? There are various different kinds. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this loan structure? Is the loan rate adjustable or fixed? And what you settle on, you're stuck with for 30 years unless you refinance. And guess what? Yeah, more loan fees. If you want to be smarter than half of America, message me for a free buyer's guide today. Call, text, or email. You can even go to my website, search CentralOregonPropertySearch.com, and I'll send you a free buyer's guide. Let's try to be smarter than the other half of America that doesn't understand the mortgage process. I hope that this is informational to you at this point. Please message me. You can call me 9 to 9, Monday through Saturday, are my normal business hours. I promise to return all calls. Send me a text, and even if it's after 9, if I'm still up, I'll send you some information to get your email address so I can send this buyer's guide to you. I hope that this is good information. You can visit my YouTube channel, hit like. I hope that I'm truly helping others accomplish what they want to accomplish in life. Free buyer's guide. Knowledge is power. Be strong, my friend.